are going to talk about IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. When we talk about IBS, people are not able to see what is IBS because it's syndrome, it's a group of symptoms. Hello friends, how are you? This is Dr. Srinagi, Ayurveda and Medicine doctor and also Isha Hatha Yoga teacher. So today in this video I am going to talk about irritable bowel syndrome. And in Ayurveda, it is very much connected with the disease that is called Sangrahani. When we say irritable bowel syndrome, you need to understand like it is not a disease itself, like hypothyroidism or a cardiac problem or a headache. It is not a disease itself, but it is a group of symptoms. That's why it is called syndrome. Or you can understand it as like there are many symptoms associated with bowels and we are not able to recognize what exact disease is because it does not come under the category of specific disease, rather group of diseases, because there are many signs and symptoms that are together merged with each other. Then we call anything as syndrome. Multiple things are associated related with intestines or small intestine or somewhere in the bowel. So that's why it is called as irritable bowel syndrome. But it is not something that you need to be scared of. You need to be like, oh my God, it is some kind of disease, what I will do. So this is not the way of approaching irritable bowel syndrome. Even some doctor told you like you have irritable bowel syndrome, please don't get scared. There is nothing to be scared of. It is just there are certain changes we need to do in our day-to-day life so that our bowel movements, our intestines will become healthy and we again will come into healthy group and we will start enjoying our life like normal. So first and foremost thing I would like to tell to people, if some doctor diagnose you as irritable bowel syndrome, so first and foremost thing that you need to keep in your mind, like don't get scared. It is not something, oh my God, I need to live with it whole my life. No, if you change, if you take charge of yourself in your hands, you will definitely overcome irritable bowel syndrome. And let's see how Ayurveda can help us in this. When we talk about irritable bowel syndrome, or even doctors are diagnosing you with irritable bowel syndrome, especially in Western medicine, because this irritable bowel syndrome, this is the diagnosis of Western medicine. In Ayurveda, this disease or the same symptoms are found in a disease that is called Sangrahani, that is disturbed digestive fire. So Ayurveda treat it in a different way and diagnose it in a different way. It is a disturbance of Jaఠragni, that is the main digestive fire that is responsible for digestion and for your life. What happens when somebody has irritable bowel syndrome? They go into the market and they think, okay, allopathy doesn't has any treatment for that. So just they go randomly to the shop and they will say, is there something to clear up my stomach? Is there something to make my stomach strong? Because doctor diagnosed this, and what medicine I can take? Then chemist just give you, this is good for stomach, this is good for stomach, this is good for stomach. These kind of Ayurvedic medicines, they tone up your stomach and you eat it. So this is the major mistake that people are doing on the name of Ayurveda. When we speak irritable bowel syndrome, you need to understand what exactly has happened. That means your intestine, where small intestine or large intestine, they become extremely sensitive, and in some intestines there can be certain wounds also, and sometimes even blood comes out of irritable bowel syndrome in the stool. So not like in drops, but blood mixed stool comes. So this is one of the symptom of this also, other than infection. In infections also sometimes this symptoms is present, but that is different criteria. I am not talking here about amoebic dysentery or these kind of problems. Right now I am talking about irritable bowel syndrome. And if there is blood mixed stool, there can be many reasons behind that, and for that you need to go for colonoscopy and many other things, and for proper diagnosis. These are separate topic. So, here I am not focusing on other things like there is anal examination and then endoscopies are being done and many other things which shows like where you have problem. But if somebody is already diagnosed with IBS, that is irritable bowel syndrome, then what to do, how Ayurveda can help in that. So, today we will focus only on that. So, before treating any disease, it is very important that we pay attention what exactly this disease is. When we talk about Sangrahani in Ayurveda, what is happening, like I mentioned, our intestines have become extremely sensitive. Little bit of thing, little bit of bad combination of food is irritating those intestines and they have become extremely dry and very insensitive. And people are going to the market and they are taking any random medicine just to fix your stomach. For example, in Ayurveda also, there are certain medicines for dysentery. There are certain medicines for loose motions like watery stools. So, people are just going, they have something in the stomach, can you give Ayurveda medicine? And you are taking any Ayurveda medicine, you start eating it. And what this medicine will do, if you are taking it without consulting Ayurveda physician, now what this medicine will do, it will enhance the dryness in your intestines, because this medicine you have taken without proper diagnosis. Now it will cause more dryness in your intestine and your intestine become excess sensitive, because you have just taken random medicine, you have not taken anything to strengthen your intestine. So, there are two things in Ayurveda. One thing, you are using Ayurveda as a treatment or you are using Ayurveda as strengthening your intestine. So, irritable bowel syndrome is one thing where strengthening of intestine is needed. Because it is not a disease itself, it is not some kind of infection like dysentery or some kind of gastroenteritis. It is not an infection that you are going to market, you are just taking any drug for any Ayurveda medicine just to treat stomach. It is not like that. You need to understand disease. It is the disease in which your intestine have become irritable, sensitive. And for that it is very important that you strengthen your intestine. So, for strengthening, what is the first and foremost thing you need to do, that is remove white flour from your diet. White flour is not at all good for your intestine. When I am saying white flour, it is superfine flour which is in Indian language is called maida, and we are using it for frying and samosas and all these things. It is made up of white flour. So, if somebody has irritable bowel syndrome, the first and foremost thing that you need to do, you remove white flour from your diet in any form. In Western countries, I saw their food is white flour. They are eating white flour day and night, assuming like it is more fine, it is more better quality, but the truth is opposite. If the flour should contain enough fiber, that flour is more good for health according to Ayurveda, that is whole grain flour rather than superfine flour. So, what you do, it is very important that the flour that you are using, it should be whole grain flour, for especially for irritable bowel syndrome people, because irritable bowel syndrome people need more fiber in their diet. So, what is the best way to have fiber? That use this flour, not white flour, whole grain flour you use in your diet. So, one of the main cause we have removed from our diet. Next thing is, we need to use not infection killing drugs of Ayurveda, but strengthening drugs for intestine. So, how we can give, what is the strengthening drug for intestine? So, in Ayurveda there are various kind of strengthening drugs or medicines or herbs. When I am saying drugs, that means herbs. So, in Ayurveda various kind of herbs are there which are for specially for strengthening your intestine, and these herbs should be taken only after prescription of some Ayurveda doctor. Like randomly if I tell something and people start eating by their own without I know these patients, so this will not help them, because they do not know what in which dose they need to take, they do not know when to take, how to take, and it depends on person's digestive fire, it depends on person's present health condition. It depends on person's prakriti. It depends on person's to what extent this irritable syndrome they have, what are the signs and symptoms present. So, accordingly we decide like whether they need medicine in a powder form or like powder of herbs form or decoction form or bhasma form, that is rasa, or in tablet form or asab form or arisht form. So, these are the various forms that are present in Ayurveda for treating these stomach problems, especially IBS, but these can be taken only after proper prescription from a Ayurveda doctor. And what is the one fruit which is like Ayurveda herb which is very beneficial for strengthening your intestine, that is bilva, that is also known as Shiva's fruit. So, there are various products in Ayurveda, especially the murabba of murabba. It's a kind of jam of bilva. It is very beneficial for strengthening your intestine. In addition to that, like I mentioned, there are various kind of other things, but these can be taken only after prescription from some Ayurveda doctor after proper consultation. So, this is a very important point that we need to pay attention, like for strengthening your intestine. So, in addition to that, other things that you need to avoid if you have IBS, that is drinking coffee. Coffee is not good for IBS people. Drinking teas, all those have irritable bowel syndrome, you need to reduce the quantity of tea, or you need to have very light herbal tea so that it will not irritate your intestines. In addition to that, avoid all the deep fried things. Whatever is deep fry, please do not use it if you have IBS. Try to avoid, not try to avoid, actually totally avoid alcohol if you are taking, because it will aggravate IBS, because very difficult if you have wounds because it becomes very difficult if you have wounds in your intestine to digest this alcohol, and it will worsen the situation. In addition to that, if you have IBS along with constipation, then you must have high fiber diet. What are the fruits? And you please include fruits in your diet. A big bowl of fruits in the morning you can have. It will release down your constipation, and these fruits will be extremely beneficial in making your irritable bowel syndrome better. So, what are the fruits that you can take? You can take apple, you can take pomegranate. Apple, wash it properly and then remove peel, and then you can take pomegranate, you can take papaya, you can take watermelon, you can take oranges, you can take any kind of oranges you can take. These all are extremely beneficial if you have constipation and IBS. In addition to that, among vegetables what we should eat, you can have spinach. It is very laxative, it is very beneficial for your intestines. You can have broccoli boiled, very beneficial for your intestine. Potato boiled, not fried. Make sure, like people most of the time when I say potato, they just fry potato and eat, oh potato chips are allowed. No, actually I am talking about boiled potato. Boiled potato is also very beneficial for your intestine. Sweet potato is also good, it should be boiled, and then you can use. Oily things you should avoid, excess oil should be avoided. Little bit oil though is good, it is good for health, it is good for even nourishment of intestines, but excess oil, some people especially in Indian curries they put excess oil, too much oil, that oil is not good for health. In addition to that, pumpkin, radish and tomato, all these things you can have. So, you have various vegetables that you can eat and various kind of fruits that you can eat. And if you are going to eat flour, please use full grain flour, avoid white flour, and rice you can have. In addition to that, buttermilk. Buttermilk is extremely beneficial for IBS patient, whether you have constipation or diarrhea because of IBS. So, like I mentioned, there are two categories of people. One, constipation patients who have IBS, and people who have loose motions because of IBS or watery stools because of IBS. Like whatever they eat, just everything come out in the form of water. So, for now I have mentioned all the things that can be eaten for the people who have constipation. In addition to that, you can also have good amount of water if you have IBS and constipation together. In addition to that, do enough yoga, pranayama and walking, it will also help you. and this way you can remove first your constipation, and this after that your IBS will also start getting better. But even if you need some Ayurveda help or Ayurveda consultation, you can take proper Ayurveda consultation. Even with us you can take, you can write down in comment section, or you can approach us. You can separately write a message either to me, to you, or Eustace. The links are below. You can leave a message on these mails or links, and we will try to help you to whatever extent it's possible for us. So, another thing is, if you have IBS related with diarrhea, that means you have extremely weak digestive fire. So, in this case also fruits are extremely beneficial. You try to incorporate fruits in your diet, like 50% of your diet, make it raw. And when I am saying raw, that should be more filled with ripe fruits, not unripe fruits. If you eat unripe fruits in IBS, it will worsen the situation. But properly seasonally ripe fruits, these fruits will be extremely beneficial for you, and make sure that you wash these fruits very properly. In addition to that, if you have immediately IBS with loose motions or watery stools, avoid milk products, because most of the places right now pure milk from single cow is not available. Most of the places milk is mixed, and more worsened situation is milk is packed in these boxes. So, this milk is not at all good for IBS person. If you are IBS person, try to avoid this kind of milk. If you have milk from the farm from one cow, then still it is something, but better. If you have very severe IBS, try to avoid milk products. If you are mild, you can have a cow, you can have a milk from the cow if this cow is being properly taken care of and it is somebody's pet. It should not be some farm cow where people are doing cruel things to them. So, that milk will not be beneficial for you. In addition to that, try to avoid all non-veg food, especially red meat, and this will worsen your irritable bowel syndrome, and it will cause immediate loose motion or vomiting. So, try to avoid it if you have IBS. And for loose motion who have diarrhea and IBS, try to have freshly cooked meal and try to consume it within 3 hours of cooking. And if you want to learn some Indian recipe, I already have created video how to eat green grams. So, this recipe you can use, you can have khichdi, that is very common Indian recipe, that is very beneficial for your stomach if you have this condition. And slowly if you see, you will remove all the causes that aggravate irritable bowel syndrome. You will start observing like it started getting better, and eventually your intestines will become perfectly healthy and normal. In addition to that, till you have IBS, try to avoid all non-veg, eggs and everything. Please shift to boiled vegetables, rice and grains, rice, grains, legumes. So, these will be more beneficial, but make sure when I am speaking about legumes, rice, they should be cooked properly, because if you are eating these legumes in uncooked or not properly cooked way, it will aggravate vata dosha and that will cause bloating. So, it is very important, if you are making legumes as a part of your life, make sure it should be well cooked. And you can always have a choice, like you can boil vegetables instead of meat, and you can make your digestion better. In addition to that, you can always have Ayurveda consultation if it is needed. If it is not needed, if this is curing everything, then no need Ayurveda consultation, but if it is needed, it is required, you can have. In addition to that, you can also have buttermilk, whether it is a case of diarrhea, whether it is a case of loose motions associated with IBS or constipation associated with IBS. Buttermilk is one thing that will be beneficial in both situations. So, what is buttermilk? There is a link below how to make it, how to use it. We already have created video regarding it. So, make use of it. So, that is all for today's video. I hope you will like this video, and if you are watching me for the first time, there is a subscription button, there is a bell icon. You can click the subscription button and you can click the bell icon so that you stay in tune with our upcoming videos. Also, if you would like to support us, there is a join button near subscription button. You can click this join button and you can support us. So with this note, I would like to say stay healthy, stay blessed, take care, and if you have any question regarding this or Ayurveda consultation, you please write down to us. We will let you know how we can schedule consultation online. So that's all for today's video. I hope you will like this, and if you like it, please share with your friends and family or with someone who already having irritable bowel syndrome, so that this video will help him. It is not something big disease. People are easily come over it, and include yoga, pranayama, and remove stress from your system, because that also cause IBS. So that's all for today. Bye. Take care.